Yeah, man, it's crazy right now. Yeah, the Jamaicans are real upset right now at Busta Rhymes with his BET Awards segment where they was doing a lifetime achievement and they had a little not a little, like a 13-minute joint where they honoring him. He's doing some of his songs and he do some dancehall artists in the middle of it. Not in the middle, at the end. And Jamaicans are mad, saying that he never acknowledged his Jamaican roots and reggae slash dancehall needs his own segment, just like the Afro beats. I'm seeing a lot of stuff right now. So, I got real pissed off because Jamaicans out of all Caribbean islands do get their recognition. Their music is being imitated around the world, especially reggae. And dancehall now, with the 90s dancehall, you got the Dominicans, the Puerto Ricans, some of the Hispanic backgrounds taking the 90s sound and doing it right now. I think Bad Bunny I done heard some songs that sound similar, or they actually took the beat from certain songs from the 90s and making their own rendition of it. You know what I mean? So for me, growing up in NYC and my heritage is half Jamaican and half Trini. And I'm going off of what I seen on King Mix Up. Big up King Mix Up, right? I went on this joint going off. So I'm like, yo, Jamaicans are ungrateful. Out of all the Caribbean islands, y'all get your recognition. People love the food, they love the culture, they get tourism crazy all year round. Nobody's complaining. When y'all used to steal certain songs from the American culture, nobody was over here complaining, oh, y'all taking our songs and doing it over and making your own. What Jamaicans used to say back in the days, oh, we make it sound better. Nobody's complaining on the other side, but y'all complaining saying y'all don't get enough recognition and everybody's taking our stuff, which is true. So how y'all not getting acknowledgement when people are definitely stealing our stuff and it's worldwide? So I beg to differ, saying y'all do get your recognition and Busta Rhymes should not be getting quote unquote exposed or getting backlash from something that he didn't have to do. He didn't have to put any dancehall artist on his stage. He had way more hits and he included and gave props to Jamaica dancehall and reggae artists because that's what made him be who he is right now. From the stage presence, he brings up Papa San, Tiger, Ninja Man, Yellow Man, if I'm not mistaken. He bigged up all these artists from the 80s that birthed him, where he took from and does to this day throughout his whole joint. And people from JA is saying they never seen him acknowledge, I'm here in NYC. He has mentioned it in interviews all through at least the 2000s, maybe not the 80s and 90s, but if you go back to What's the Scenario and the leader of the new school, you can hear his verse. He's not saying it in patois, but the verbiage is a Jamaican verbiage. Heal up, wheel up, bring it back, come rewind. That's an old saying from JA. So why y'all getting upset? It's certain ways that he used to do it. And he been mentioning it, I want to say the early 2000s. He don't do too many interviews, so you're not going to hear him say it or talk about it because he don't do too many interviews. For him to get that backlash because they didn't get a longer segment and Busta Rhymes and they saying dumb shit like this doesn't even make any sense to me right now. So that shit pissed me off. And for Jamaicans, they're not known for being complainers. They're gonna make it happen. So with the music shit, get together, stop warring over there, get all the artists together, and make it happen. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all you want to do. That's what y'all known for, hustling, getting to the bag by all means necessary. Do that instead of complaining. Y'all do get the recognition. It's not all the time, which it need to. They have a little bit of a point, but don't say you don't get the recognition. How many times he done put his self out there and said, especially the last time, Busta Rhymes said, yeah, this is where hip hop was birthed from. He got backlash from that, from the people over here. And now he's getting backlash from the Jamaican people that he put his self out there. Y'all ungrateful, man. I'm ashamed of half of me, which is Jamaican, and the other half is Trini. Think about the Trinidadian people, the soca and calypso community. They don't get the recognition all the time. They barely get it. Their music is not popping like how it used to, unless you go to a party. You don't hear them complaining. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So y'all gotta stop it. All y'all Jamaicans that's gonna come in my comments and be like, nah, this, that, and the third. Come on, cut it out, man. He got backlash from the American people, and now he's getting backlash from the Jamaican people. And he never get acknowledged in the 30 years that he's been on in the hip hop scene. It's less than that, but I'm just giving it, I'm rounding it off to 30. Cause some people is in there before they actually get put out. But I'm gonna say 30 years. You know what I'm saying? And he finally get acknowledgement. He barely gets acknowledgement as top 10 or top 20. So now he gets acknowledged and he's getting backlash. Big up to Busta Rhymes, one of my favorite artists of all time. And it's coming from somebody that comes from, grew up in New York, seen how hip hop grown and dancehall and reggae, where reggae and dancehall was number one in my house. I got into hip hop a little bit later, of course, because of my age, and LL was my number one rapper in the beginning. Then it was Big Daddy Kane, Cool G Rap. Who else? Those are my top three in the 80s. And then the 90s, it started to get crazy because I'm getting older now. So I can't relate to some of the earlier hip hop artists. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it like that, something short and sweet. You know what I mean? I'm just tired of that shit, kid. Because that should not be going on. Especially with Jamaicans. Not known for complaining. Hardworking people. Whatever they do, they put their all into it. You know what I mean? And hustle and get to it. So do the same thing with the music. That's it, man. I'm out.